Hi Trinity Rock and Pop drummers, hope you're well. Little talk through video for you here for Trinity Rock and Pop Grade 4 Brown Eyed Girl Van Morrison. Very nice little folk rock tune, and the intro goes like this. Here we're talking about 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and. So in each bar the kick is on the 1, the hi-hat is on the 2, then you've got the kick drum on the and of 2 and the and of 3, hi-hat comes back on 4, kick on the and of 4. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. That little thing that says bass at the start, that's the bass guitar, boom boom, just leading you in. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, boom boom. The big drum fill there that leads us into the verse. 1, 2, 3 E and a 4 and. Now hopefully by grade 4 you're up on quarter notes, 8ths and 16ths, which is what this is. Quarter note, 16th note, 8th note. It goes 1, 2, 3 and a 4 and. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Kick drum, snare drum, high tom and 3 snares. 1, 2, 3 E and a 4 and. And then the verse. Nice solid little straight 8ths feel. 8th notes are on the hi-hat all the way. Nice and light and bouncy. Having watched back all the video demos I did for these tunes, I did them a while ago. Having watched that one back, I think I'm probably accenting the quarter note a little bit too strongly, honestly. I'm playing the part correctly, but I'm probably a little bit too much going. Where actually, somebody pointed this out, I think in the comments or on an email to me, if you listen to the original, the hi-hat is very even though this is fast. So we're looking for that lightness, that bounce of the stick on the hi-hat, and a nice even sound. It just takes practice, man. People say, how do you get fast enough to play this? You just practice, man. You keep loose, you get your metronome on, you groove along, you build it up bit by bit. You're looking to get to 150 beats per minute here, and that takes work, honestly, for the average sort of grade 4 drummer. That takes work. Go for it. You can do it. 1, 2 and 3 and 4. So the same kick drum part as in the intro here. Snare drum 2 and 4, hi-hat 8th notes. Little variations are on the 4th bar of the verse, bar 12, open hi-hat on the and of beat 4. And then when you've got the end of the second line, bar 16, we've got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So the rhythm that's written out there in the second half of the bar 16 is 3 and a 4 and, da 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 da, 8th note, 2 16ths, and then 2 8th notes, 3 and 4 and. So that bar. And as ever, a great way to get these little moments and little fills and stuff going is just to loop the bar with the fill in. And then loop maybe the bar before, then that bar. And then maybe loop the whole line. And so on, so you've really got the feel for that. And a 4 and. The one below is the same as the one above, so bar 20, same as bar 12 with the open hi-hat. Same thing, you can loop that, and then on its own, and then 24, 3, 4. This is that rhythm that we first saw at grade 3, which is a dotted quaver, then a semi-quaver, dotted 8th, then a 16th. 3 E and A, the first and the last of 4 16ths. That bar then, 24, 1 and 2 and 3 E and A 4 and. Whole line starting 21. and so on. On the refrain, same groove, little variation, bar 28. So no big deal, just 2/8 notes at the start. I'll play the first line of the refrain. Keep going, keep going. We hit the first time bar. That is 3E and a 4 and 16ths, and then 8th notes. All on the high tom. Ba 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 ba. Cappuccino coffee. And at that point, we're going to loop all the way back to the verse again. Those repeat marks taking you all the way back to bar 9. So from the refrain. To the verse. All the same stuff again, except, watch out for this, vary fills on repeat. So you can change the drum fills. You don't have to do the same as they were. Change them up, man. Vary fills on repeat. And then refrain will be the same as before, except instead of going to the first time section, we jump to the second time section. This has a Motown feel with the snare on all 4 beats. This is 32B, the second time bar. It goes. So the main bit of groove there, 1, 2 and 3, 4, and 1, 2 and 3, 4. Nothing complicated for grade 4 in terms of the part, just maybe the coordination will take a bit of building up. As ever, go slow if you need to, present your brain and your hands and your feet with the notes one at a time, that'll come together. Eventually we hit 3, 4. So the same rhythm that we had at the last bar of the first page, right? 3, 4 and. One time again, second time section. Now the chorus. So the chorus is over to the right. Your left foot is going to come in here and join the party and double what the snare drum is playing. That lovely little chick sound that's going to support the snare. Hopefully you've done a bit of this idea of playing the left foot along with what you're playing with the snare, or maybe on other beats. I'm going to link to my video below for some cool patterns to do, some cool exercises to get your left foot working, assuming it is your left foot, or get your hi-hat foot working within these grooves. Other than that, you just got in the 4th bar, and a 4 and 16th and 8th notes. This is the bar 38. And then we go all the way through the next line, just straightforward groove. We get to 43 on the hi-hat here. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 2 16ths and a quarter note at the end, and a 4. Bass solo is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Finishing with a big hit on the and of beat 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. At 47, it's the same kick drum part as in the intro, isn't it? And in most of the tune up to this point. Same as in the intro, and just with nothing else in there at all. Alright, that's that. And then, over the page, more verse, man. Same sort of stuff, same groove. In the 4th bar here, a cool little displaced snare drum. So the snare drum coming a bit later than you'd expect on the and of beat 4. Here it comes. Displaced snare drums, the idea that you're expecting a snare on the 4 and it comes out a little bit later than you would expect. I will link in the description below to my video about displaced snare drums. And then we're going to go 35. Same groove. grade 1 little fill here, 3 and a 4 and, all on the snare drum, 8th note, 2/16, and then 8th notes. 59. Bit of the old Ringo beat here, 2 snares in a row. 1. Just in sync with the hi-hat. 63. Ba. This is a rhythm we've heard quite a lot by this point, isn't it, in this piece? Ba, 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 ba. So 1 and 2 and 3 and a 4 and 3 and 4 and. The refrain really similar to before. Little Ringo beat, ba, ba at the end. The diagonal slashes here aren't quite repeats, they continue similar, so you can always make some little changes to the groove as you go along if you like. And then 71 groove continues. When we hit 74, back to that little bit of the do you remember when we used to sing Motown feel. And then, or whatever, this drum fill is your own drum fill. This bit is exactly the same as the second time bar that happened earlier on the second page, 32B, that line of music, but you get to choose your own drum fill. Chorus is exactly the same as before, so. Then you go round and round 3 times on a little phrase which is. And then your own drum fill. So you can really have some fun coming up with your own fills there at the end. Crash on beat 1. So the thing with this is, it's really not, for grade 4, a hugely complicated part. Certainly no sort of crazy new vocabulary that you haven't heard before or anything like that. This one's all about getting the groove to sit. So it's about playing with music, getting some tunes on at a comparable speed, just grooving along with a metronome, perhaps building the speed up, and just getting to that point where you can play the groove in a relaxed fashion. That's what it's all about. The part itself, we hope, shouldn't be hugely challenging for grade 4. It's the performing of it. And it's that age-old thing. Musicians ask themselves 2 questions. Firstly, what am I playing? And that's an important thing to answer. But then secondly, how am I playing it? That's such a key thing. This one's all about capturing that sort of bright, breezy, folky sort of feel. Thanks so much. Any questions, give us a shout and see you soon.